Hello, my name is Devon Martin, and the image that I selected to do my analysis over today is the Daoist Immortal, which is assumed to be Lao Tzu. In my eyes, the sculpture helps connect with the Tao, since the Tao is not human. It gives a presence in the room, which I'm not sure the scale of this sculpture, but it gives, if it is smaller and it is kind of like a household thing, then it gives a presence and tries to, like, if you're Dallas, I feel like it would help you stay on the right track and guide you. And from the video, The Long Search with Ronald Erie, we saw that Taoists go to worship the local gods at the sculptures, and they do rituals. So this kind of gives this is kind of the same opportunity for them to do that, except with I would say a higher figure on the pyramid, and one that is human, so that they can draw a connection with. Also in the video, The Long Surge with Ronald Erie, Taoists speak of becoming immortal and slipping the shackles of time. And this is important to know because, like, it just kind of makes sense that it would be a sculpture. It just kind of freezes the person themselves and freezes them at that moment, and that's kind of like what a sculpture does. And like, a sculpture can be, everlasting, and it can always be there, and it doesn't go away. Also, it says on the website that well, it says in the video that it said Lao Tzu can also mean old man or old baby, and in the website it says that it's of a youthful monk. And I just thought this was important to note because age, I feel like, isn't really important, because it's all about finding the way and spirituality that you want to come to with the Tao. Another topic that was brought up in the video was Wu Wei, and this is actionless action, as Ronald Erie discussed. It's kind of going with the grain of things, and the idea that doing nothing is doing everything. And in a sculpture, you're being like, the figure represented in a sculpture is being still. So, like, I just feel like, even though it's not doing anything, like, kind of talking about, like, how I was discussing the presence, it's actionless action. So I just thought that was important to know. Another thing from The Long Search that I thought was important to discuss was those who know do not speak, and those who speak do not know. And I just thought, since, like, Dallas, they during the Han Dynasty, they started doing the meditation, and when you're meditating, you're not like speaking unless you're chanting, and I think this is important because, like, monk, like, they're known to, like, not speak. So if they are, like, finding the way by not speaking, and those who are kind of like talking about it, or I guess essentially I've not got to that point yet, I would say. And another thing in the sculpture that I thought was kind of interesting, that he is waving, and a reminder, and like I feel like that is a reminder that he is like still here, and it's kind of like a greeting, I guess I would assume. And I just thought that was kind of interesting, because like it was just like let you know, hey, I'm here, and maybe that he is there for meditation. And I just thought that was important to know. And so next thing I want to move on to is Lord Lau's rules. And one of these rules were in the PowerPoint. So one of the rules is do not set things in motion, and I thought that was a really good one to point out, because by being still and meditating, you are essentially it's kind of goes back to that actionless action. By doing nothing, you're actually doing everything. And another rule is do not explain the teaching or name to Dao out or the name Dao to outsiders. So this kind of goes back to those who know do not speak, and those who speak do not know. And so you can't really teach it, I guess. And this was what Lao was trying to, I guess, portray. And everyone has to find the way on their own. I guess it cannot be influenced. And yeah, so moving on, I want to answer the question, what does this object tell us about the tradition's relationship with each other? And the tradition I want to focus on is Buddhism. And Buddhism has two modes of practice, which I found in the PowerPoint, that are one is Become Buddha and one is Remember Buddha. And the one I want to focus on is Become Buddha, because this focuses on meditation, and it is essentially about finding the way, just as Taoism is. And in this sculpture, Lao Tzu, I feel, is potentially meditating. So that draws that connection between meditation, between Taoism and Buddhism, that I wanted to look into. Also in the PowerPoint, Buddhists begin to practice meditation on the way. So this helps draw that connection between the sculpture and Buddhism, because if what it looks like Lao Tzu is meditating, then it has that connection to Buddhism, because they are both meditating on the way, essentially. And another connection to draw between these two is because I feel like a sculpture has to do with longevity and carrying out Lao Tzu's name. And Buddhists and Taoists both value health and longevity. So I think that was important to know, because a sculpture can just be representative at all times. And the last thing I wanted to talk about are Lao Tzu's commandments on page 396. One is do not burn fields or forests, and one is do not cut trees without good reason. And I think this is important to draw this connection with Buddhism, because if this is Lao Tzu and he is trying to draw a connection with nature, then I feel like this can definitely be compared to Buddhism, because both Buddhism and Taoism during the Han Dynasty wanted to come to unity with nature through the way. So since both of these traditions wanted to come to unity with nature, these commandments directly related to nature, And I just think that's important to know, because this connection they're using the way to build this unity with nature, and they both do it in the same way through meditation practices. So I just thought that there was a strong connection there between Buddhism and Taoism that needed to be addressed.